Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video, I will be showing you a very powerful thinking method that will help you to crush all of your aggressive opponents. So let's get right into it. So here I will be showing you an example from one of my games where I use this thinking method and easily crush a FIDE Master. After only 12 moves, he was in a lost position. I was with the black pieces up against a FIDE Master from Sweden in a classical tournament. He played pawn to e4 and I played a very solid counterattack defense. Now usually what happens when we play aggressive opponents? So aggressive opponents, they usually like to attack. They usually like to go out for a throat in the opening, but this can easily backfire on them, and by using this thinking method, I will show you how to every time simply easily defeat these aggressive players. So my opponent played pawn to d4, I played d5 with solid counterattack defense, and he chose the advanced variation pawn to e5. So what does this signify? You can always tell by someone's opening choice what kind of game they're looking for. So the move pawn to e5 is a more aggressive attempt. White is not exchanging any pieces, he instead is taking more space and putting a cramp on the black position. So here I of course play bishop to f5. The idea is to get my bishop outside of the pawn chain and then play pawn to e6. If I would play the move pawn to e6 here, then my bishop would be bad on c8. So first I got it out, and here he played the move knight to c3, and after the seemingly normal pawn to e6, he went on the attack with pawn to g4. This is not principled chess. This is caveman barbaric chess. And how should we respond to this? Well, first of all, my bishop is under attack, so I moved, and now he played knight e2 with ideas h4 and knight f4 attacking my bishop. It's a general very old rule in chess set by almost every former world chess champion. An attack on the flank is best met by play in the center, and also in the opening development is key. So by keeping those two things in your head, an attack on the flank. Now what do I mean flank? Flanks are either the king side or the queen side that are not related to the central squares. So an attack on the flank, when your opponent is attacking you on the flank, you have to attack in the center. And also development is key. Development is the #1 priority. If your opponent is moving with pawns attacking you, and you attack in the center and develop your pieces, many times he will just get steamrolled. And in this game, how did I play? I reacted with pawn to c5, central attack. And he played his barbaric chess, h4, trying to trap my bishop with h5. And here I had to respond with h5 to keep my bishop safe. He continued knight f4 attacking my bishop, and I don't want to allow him to take my bishop and ruin my pawn structure. So I was not afraid to sacrifice a pawn with bishop to h7. Nothing special going on here, but he thought what's going on? He played knight captures h5. Now, instead of developing other pieces, he's moving the same piece twice. I followed in style of principle, knight to c6. Now my pieces are being developed and putting great pressure in the center. So even though I like my position here, he is very happy. He thinks he's up a pawn, but I know who is correct. So I'm an international master and he's a FIDE Master, so he played wrongly. And here he played bishop to e3. Now look at his king here. How can you play chess like this with pawns over here? The king is in the center. And here I played a very key move. Now I would like to take on d4, then grab his bishop. Here, however, the diagonal will be open to give check on my king. So I played a very important move, pawn to a6, stopping any of his pieces to come to b5. Very key idea. And here he played bishop to d3. So he's playing reckless, he's developing his pieces anyhow, no coordination. And his idea that if I take on d4, which is a fork, this bishop and knight, he would take back. And his idea was after knight captures d4, he has the move bishop captures h7, and now he's gonna get back the knight on d4. But what move did he miss here? Here, I played the move pawn to g6, and oh my lord, he is losing a piece. Because he missed that I could voluntarily close my bishop. Now his knight is under attack, and I want to take his bishop. So by force here, white is just lost. He's losing a piece. He played g5, I simply took the free piece. He tried some play with knight f6, but I simply took his knight. I played queen to d6, wanting to come out at his king with queen f4. Now I have to be a bit careful here because my bishop is a little bit boxed in, but the white king is in the center. So rook h3 was played, queen f4, coming closer to his position. Maybe I will play bishop g8 to attack his h4. Played queen c1. I of course played queen g4 attacking his rook. He played queen e3, and here I thought, okay, again white is not playing central principles, he's just playing strangely. So I played queen g1 check. I took his rook, he took my knight, and I simply went ahead and took on b2 here. Now white is completely lost. He played queen a4 check. I was not afraid to move my king because my king is very safe here actually. And after queen a5 check, he resigned after pawn to b6. White is down too much material, and in coming is bishop to b4 with rook to c8, clearing the whole chessboard. So look how easily this FIDE Master was defeated. And how was he defeated? Because I followed basic opening principles to counter the attack, developing my pieces and central play. Use these principles in your games to start winning. Now guys, remember I'm a small content creator. Every like, every subscription, and every comment is greatly appreciated. And with that, stay tuned. Next video.